Hope everyone is having a good day. Just getting my day started here in Diniwid, Barangay Balabag, Boracay Island in the Philippines. I have my morning cup of coffee here, my Copico Blanca. I have a couple of people now drinking this coffee, man. I should start getting some kind of free coffee at least from Copico Blanca. People are contacting me, man. They go, "Hey, Gino, I tried the coffee. It's good. I like it." I was like, "Man, that's all right. That's all right." First thing, the weather report. I just looked up at the Pag-asa. Pag-asa is the weather channel here in the Philippines, and there's actually a low pressure area is what they call it, estimated in the coastal waters of Corcuera, Romblon. That's not very far from Boracay. So we probably will experience some weather today here in Boracay. It just says here most of Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol region, Zambales, Bataan, Pampanga, and Bulacan. Cloudy skies today, scattered rains and thunderstorms. And then the rest of the country, just cloudy skies with scattered rain and thunderstorms. So pretty much the same for the whole country, including our area here in Boracay Island. HDA, good morning, greetings and salutations, my good friend. Hey, Tim's online. All right, Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good morning, good morning. Magandang umaga. Mayad nga agahon. JB Manalang. All right, JB. Good morning, good morning. Good of you to join us, JB. Yesterday was busy, Dave. I mean, Dazzle and I did our normal walking around on the beach, walked Chloe, and then we ended up going to lunch. Posted photos of, we found this Korean all-you-can-eat food here. The samgyeopsal is very popular in the Philippines now, samgyeopsal. You can pretty much find samgyeopsal everywhere in the Philippines. Even in our tiny town of Numancia, we have a samgyeopsal. A couple of them. One on the road going to our community at Camilla Clan, and then the other one on the main highway going to Calibo. It's called, I think, Peace Tea. I mean, they always do a play on words like Peace, Peace, and tea, peace tea. It's kind of like iced tea or milk tea, but piss tea is like in Tagalog. It's like a pest, But they always play. They always play on words here in the Philippines. I kind of find it funny. But the restaurant we found, it's right near D Mall, right on the main road. I would say from the mall, you'll walk a little bit towards McDonald's, you'll pass Jasper's, and not very far from that on the right, it's called the One Shot Korean restaurant. And Dazzle and I came in there because yesterday was hot. I mean, we were walking, I had my hat, umbrella, it was hot. It was like, I would say probably above 90 degrees. And here in Boracay, when you're not on the beach, when you don't have that wind on the beach, on the main road, it gets pretty toasty. It was pretty hot. So we were like, more of it was we were just trying to find cover, And when we walked in, they had air conditioning, and that's actually a lot of restaurants in Boracay Island don't have air conditioning. So that was a nice, refreshing welcome that they had AC. Because a lot of the restaurants, especially on White Beach, Boracay, that long stretch of beach, 4 or 5 kilometer stretch of beach, they're taking advantage of that breeze from the ocean. And people, they're on the island. They want to eat outdoors. They want to put their foot on the sand. So AC normally is not a big thing. But it gets hot, especially during the summer months. It gets hot here in Boracay Island. So it's a nice welcome to have air condition. And the minute I walked in, I knew that restaurant's gonna be legit. I knew it was gonna be a good Korean restaurant because I saw ajuma. It's like when you go to a Korean restaurant in the Philippines and you see Koreans running it, that's already a win right there. And of course, this place was a win. Highly recommend this. A one-shot Korean. This is now my go-to Korean restaurant in Boracay Island, and then because all their kimchi, their japchae, the banchan, authentic. I mean, they had ingredients, of course, that they get here from the Philippines, like kangkong, that water spinach. Ajima made this water spinach or kangkong, and it tasted pickled, a lot of vinegar taste to it, and spice, of course. And then that's my new favorite, lebanchan, man. I was like, I couldn't get enough of that. And then their kimchi was like on point, crispy on the cabbage, just the way I used to eat it in Korea. I was stationed in Korea for a year, and I got to experience a lot of Korean food. And the cost, man, for Boracay Island now, you gotta remember, you're in a tourist destination right near D Mall, so you can't get more touristy than this restaurant. And we paid 499 pesos, about $9 each. So our lunch was not over 1,000 pesos. And of course, I get my discount. I get my PW discount. I ended up giving I normally don't tip, but because all you can eat, it's kind of, you cook it yourself. So it's really not a lot of service that you get. But I usually would give like maybe 50 peso tip just to be kind to the waitress. But this time, because I get a discount, I get a 20% discount on my meal, I gave that to the waitress. I gave 100 peso discount. But still, the whole meal cost Dazzle and I $18, 1,000 pesos. And all you can eat on the banchan, all you can eat on even their pork, thinly sliced. It's like bacon. It was like cooking bacon. All you can eat also, and then they even had kimchi stew. It came with a kimchi stew and iced tea. That iced tea was even free. They didn't even charge you for that. So awesome meal. My go-to place now in Boracay Island for Korean food. It's a one-shot Korean restaurant. Really cozy place too. Not big, it's like I would say they had stairs going up, but it says their toilet or CR. So I don't think they had seating upstairs. I didn't look, but on the floor where they were serving, I would say there was only like 6 tables, so not a big restaurant, but nice and cozy. AC was strong. It was nice to sit there on the air condition. HD, Dazzle was up unusually early. Yes, the reason HD was before I start the live stream, I already walked Chloe. Because I just wake up at about 4:30, and I know Chloe needs to go use the CR. She needs to go outside, pee, and do her business. So I already walked Chloe yesterday and this morning. I took her downstairs. Sorry, but yesterday Chloe was distracted because there's a dog here in the Airbnb. We call him Pogi because it's like a good-looking dog, male dog. So Chloe was distracted. So she didn't do all her business while, she took her time. She was playing with Pogi. And by the time I brought her up, I thought she was all done. But when I started the live stream, she woke up Dazzle. That's why Dazzle was awake yesterday. But she went back to sleep, after she took Chloe out again. Second time walk yesterday morning. Dazzle went back to sleep. Because Dazzle stays up late. She's always up past midnight, watching Netflix, watching Korean drama. So she's like a night person, and I'm the morning person. That's why Dazzle generally don't wake up till like 10 a.m. And I let her sleep because I'm the morning person, and then the morning becomes like my me time. Like live stream. I answer people on YouTube, my WhatsApp, my Messenger, email. That keeps me busy in the morning. My morning cup of coffee, walking Chloe. So there's a lot of things that keep me busy, while Dazzle is asleep. And then same thing at the nighttime. I sleep early. Normally I'm in bed at 8 p.m. This in Boracay, I've been staying up late, 9 p.m. Another extra hour because there's stuff to do here. We're always like walking on the beach at sunset. It's just and then last night we got some barbecue. There's in Diniwid here. I mean, there's like I count maybe 6 barbecue stands all around Diniwid. People just like barbecuing. That's kind of like a thing in the local neighborhoods here in the Philippines, not just in Boracay. Anywhere you go, barbecue is a big thing in the evening. It's those skewer things, pork stick, chicken stick, and then some of the other parts of the chicken, like chicken feet, chicken head, chicken intestines, some things that you probably, wouldn't like. But they have pork, they'll have hot dog, things that are familiar. But that's always an activity here in the Philippines. Local towns, here in Boracay, the locals always barbecue. The smell of barbecue is like permeating in the air everywhere during the evening time. It's a Filipino thing. It's like it's hard to find a town or a place in the Philippines where they don't barbecue at nighttime. And usually the barbecue happens right beside the sari-sari stores because the sari-sari stores sell beer. So it's like a perfect combination, San Miguel, Red Horse, beer, and then barbecue. Favorite activity among Filipinos in the evening time is sitting down by the sari-sari store. It could be just a bench. Some of them are getting fancy. Will actually put out tables and chairs and Red Horse and barbecue. That's kind of like a very popular activity here in the Philippines. Goju X Edit. Hi, hello. Goju X Edits. All right. Some of these handles, man, I have to really read, because pretty fancy on some of these handles. Like Tim C is easy. Tim C, so I know it's Tim. I'm on early today, halfway down. Not long, you'll be sipping coffee. Yeah. Today, I think I didn't even look what day. I didn't even look what day. 17th, the 17th of June. So we've been here now 19 days. We got 13 more days. We're here till June 30. But we're leaving on the 21st. We're gonna go just one night. We're gonna go to the Canadian Beaver in Rojas City. And I think Dazzle said we're gonna take Chloe back to the house. That way our last 8 days here in Boracay, it'll just be Dazzle and I, so we don't have to worry about walking Chloe. Chloe's had fun already. I mean, she's been here all this time, 3 weeks, and I'm like walking her a lot on the beach. Her hair and stuff, it's like, because we forgot to bring her shampoo. She uses like Fur Magic shampoo, works good on Chloe's fur. We did buy shampoo here at the City Mall Boracay, but the shampoo's not the same. We couldn't find Fur Magic. We just bought like I think it's like a lavender something kind of soap, but it works a little bit, but it's not the best for Chloe's used to that Fur Magic, her hair. So we'll just bring her back. Leanna misses Chloe too because that's her buddy. Leanna and Chloe are buddies. So she's like asking us, "Are you bringing back Chloe?" Because what we'll do is we'll catch a van. we'll catch a van from Katiklan to Numancia. That's about an hour on the van, probably faster because the vans, the public transportation, they go fast, it's like, but only an hour, thank goodness I don't have to ride that thing more than an hour. And then get our car and at our house, and then we'll drive. I prefer driving instead of riding public transportation here in Panay Island because the L3, the van, and then the Ceres buses, they make me nervous when I ride public transportation in Panay Island because they drive fast. They do not slow down. It doesn't matter if the roads are wet. It doesn't matter if it's raining. They are flying on the highways here. 2-lane highway, and they'll be flying, passing. It's like for people that's been to Panay Island, like my friend Tim, he knows what I'm talking about. The minute it rains here in the Panay Island, if the road is wet, lots of accidents because people just don't know how to slow down. The thing in the Philippines is like very aggressive, fast drivers. It's like I don't understand it. It's like the minute you see rain, you should slow down. You see the roads are wet. Not here. Not here. Everybody's just so in a hurry to get from. I don't think it's even a hurry. It's just a culture. It's like they want to ride fast. It's like Fast and Furious on the roads here in and I think that's pretty much the entire Philippines. Filipinos just like to drive fast, man. It's like because when I went to Luzon and I was at the expressway, I remember, they had sign on the expressway. I think 80 kilometers per hour was the speed limit, and I was driving 80 and people were like just zooming past me. It's like, I was on the slow lane and just like trucks, it doesn't matter, motorbikes are, those big motorbikes, the more than 200cc motorbikes, man, they're like, you just hear them, they just like pass you, like zooming past you on the highways here. They do not slow down. I guess they like to show off that they got that speed going. But man, I'm just a very careful driver, very defensive. I take my time. I'm never in a rush here. People that's ridden on my car when I drive to Iloilo, like my friends, Ray, even Joel and Eileen, when they, especially when I have passengers like subscribers or friends of ours that we take when we take them around Panay Island. I'm careful, man, because like I don't want to be in an accident. I don't want them to have any bad experience here in Panay Island. Yeah, wordplay in PH is next. Yeah, I know, right, JD? It's like, and here in the Philippines, what's funny is there's no copyright here. It's not like in the US where you got to be careful about copyright. It's kind of like, I remember that one movie, Coming to America. Remember that movie where it's McDonald's, but the name of the burger place, I forgot what they named it, but they had a play on McDonald's, even have like the letter M. You could do that here in the Philippines. You can have a store like 7-Eleven and just make the 7 look different or 11 look different. You can copy here. There's no copyright. You see it all the time, like in anywhere you go, like even in Calibo, even here in Boracay, even the names of the stores here will make you smile because they do that wordplay. Gustava, all right, all right. I think you're the same guy who you always when you see me, you think I look like Gustavo Fring on Breaking Bad, and I love that TV series, man. I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad, man. You alive? All right, hey, man. Uh, I'm alive. I guess I didn't get blown up, man. That bomb at the end didn't kill me, man. I'm alive. Good morning, Ginno. Hey, good morning, Oracle. Hey, I know you came here to Boracay, man, but I think you were staying on Station 3, and I had a friend here, we're busy, so we couldn't connect. But if you're still in Boracay, let me know because we're still here. So if you still wanted to connect, I know I think when I saw your comment on the comments on the video, you're from Calibo, so it's not like You know, if you want to meet up in Calibo, you want to meet up, you know, just set a time. You know, it's like usually I'm free, like I said, in the morning because when meeting subscribers and meeting people, usually I try to do it by myself now because you know, Dazzle, you know, she doesn't mind doing YouTube, but you know, I try to shade her from a lot of YouTube because not all everybody's nice, you know, on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's we've noticed, even Dazzle's noticed, the more subscribers we get, unfortunately, there's more people that are not nice, and I'm trying to shade Dazzle from that. So I'm always careful. Like when I meet subscribers or when I meet people that want to meet us, it's usually just me now, you know, because like I'm trying to protect that from Dazzle. I always kind of gauge first how, because again, not everybody's nice, man, you know, so I want to protect Dazzle. I want to protect Leanna from that. That's why, if you notice, I'm trying to like do more just me instead of including them. Holy schmoly, $20. I know, right? My friend Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida, we were just messaging this morning. Because, like I said, I get up early, man. I'm up like today. I was up like 4:20, I think, not even 4:30. But I saw messages from Daniel, so I start messaging him, and he said. He's in Florida, and he said he just had a burger at a fast food place, burger, soda, and fries, and he paid $22. And I was like, man, you know, that's why he's so eager to make it here to the Philippines. I think his countdown is like 9 months. 9 months was the last time I checked. It might be 8 months now, Daniel. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's his countdown is 8 months, because people do that when they're coming to the Philippines. I did that, you know. I did my recon, you know, I call it recon, like checking out the Philippines. I went to Baguio, Tagaytay, Angeles City, Subic, Boracay on my recon in 2010. And then that year when I came back to the US, I knew I was done. You know, that last year in the US, I knew I was done. I knew I was like setting myself up to move to the Philippines in 2011. So I did my countdown. I was even Xing my calendar at work. You know, it's like I had a calendar at work, and they're like, "Why are you Xing the calendar? Are you looking forward to a date?" And I wasn't telling them, man. All I had to tell my employer was my 2-week notice. You know, that's all I had to do at the end there. But then, and this is Boracay Island. When you say holy schmoly, $20, this is Boracay Island. This is a tourist destination. If I ate the same all you can eat in Numancia where we live, I think it's like $2.99 in Numancia. It's like less than, it would be less, a lot less than what I paid in Boracay. But this one, you know, I've eaten many samyupsal in Numancia and in Calibo. Even my favorite our favorite in Calibo, Matsip Korean is our favorite there. This one's better because you know, Matsip, we used to love it. We love eating at Matsip. We still do. There's certain dishes that we like there, that like their cheese bulldog. We love it. But we can tell it changed a little bit when we don't see the Koreans in the restaurant anymore. Maybe change of management or something. Usually that is my tell. You know, I could tell a good Korean restaurant here in the Philippines when I see Koreans running it. The minute I see Ajuma, I'm like, ooh, man, this is gonna be a good place. But when I see Filipinos running the Korean restaurant, I know it's gonna be just okay. You know, my friend actually was mentioning that because Dazzle and I ate at a Greek restaurant here in Boracay, over at D Mall, Zima Greek restaurant. We ordered lamb, that we had like prawns, and Dazzle had a crab. And you know, I posted on my Facebook. You know, I always like, I'm a foodie guy. You know, I post a lot of food on my Facebook because that seems to be what people are interested. When they ask me, "Hey, Ginno, what's a good place to eat? They're always asking me that. So I post food because I love food. I love to eat. You know, and when I posted that picture, my friend was even saying that Well, that's not really Greek food. Just saying, just saying that, that's Greek food Filipino style. And that's usually the case. That is usually the case with any food that you eat here, like Mexican food, even Thai food. I had a ramen the other day. The ramen was like almost perfect, but not quite, because the miso soup was good. The slice of pork in it, the egg. They even have the shiitake mushrooms. It was like on point on this ramen, but they use spaghetti noodles. I'm like, dang, they ruined a good ramen. Why would you put spaghetti noodles on ramen? But that's how it is usually. That's what happens. The Filipinos try to imitate the international food, the Indian food or whatever, but it never turns out well. So it's just okay. You get the feeling after you eat, like, I give this a 5, maybe a 6, never a 8, 9, or never a 10. When it's like an international food cooked by Filipinos. But man, when you go to a Korean restaurant here in the Philippines and you see ajima in there, you see Koreans running it, it's gonna be good. That's my tell. I can tell, like, walking into that restaurant, ajima, you hear them speaking Korean in there, and I was like, oh man, this place is gonna be good, babe. And sure enough, even Dazzle, like the Korean, all you can eat. Calling Walter. Hey man, I've watched Breaking Bad. Dazzle always gives me a hard time because she goes like, "You're watching it again?" I have watched that series. Like, I think every year I let a year pass and then I start Breaking Bad again. And it's funny. It doesn't matter how much I watch Breaking Bad. I catch little things that, oh, I didn't notice that the first few times I watch it. And then of course I'm forgetful now. I'm getting up there. I'll be 59 here in a month and couple of days. So I'm not getting any younger. My memory is not the best now. So when I watch the miniseries again, I can catch. It's like watching it fresh. And then after Breaking Bad, we had Better Call Saul. So that's another series that I keep watching still. What happened to you, bud? I know, man. I got blown up, man. I got blown up in the show, on the TV show, man. But I made a comeback. Hello, Ari. Hello. Wow, that's good value. It is, JB. I mean, for Boracay especially, man. Boracay, this is one of the top tourist destinations in the Philippines. So if you can get a good deal on something to eat or a hotel, man, you're happy. I know I was happy that I found that restaurant, because now I have a go-to Korean spot here in Boracay. And you got AC, man. On a hot day in Boracay, man, AC, man, it's like golden. It's like golden when you can find an air-conditioned restaurant here. Hey, my good friend Ria. Good morning, Ria. Magandang umaga, my friend. Hello, Ginno. Top of the morning to you, friend. All right. Just wanted to share that my son and his family are moving to remote Masbate. You know what? I saw a video. I think Masbate, they had that cowboy thing. That Philippines Life, Michael and Kat, they were there with Lara at Masbate. They have that cowboy theme, like a festival. Due to the high cost of living in Manila and concern about wars. Yeah, I mean, I always like move, Manila is like, man, to me, like you said, it's expensive. Manila, Cebu City, those are probably like the most expensive areas here in the Philippines. About wars. I know there's always friction between China and the Philippines because of the West Philippine Sea. Our fishermen, these are waters that belongs to the Philippines because they're near the Philippines. But China keeps pushing that 9-dash line. They keep pushing that. They control the entire sea there below them. But I don't think nothing will ever come out of that, because now with all the American presence here in the Philippines, we got the Filipinos are letting the Americans use like 8 military bases here. There are now like missiles here in the Philippines, American missiles that are permanent. They're keeping them here. There's missiles here in the Philippines that can hit mainland China now. There's missiles here that can hit boats in the Philippine Sea. There's so, and then the Philippines itself is investing a lot of money, buying missiles from India, buying airplanes from the United States. So I don't think China's, they're always saying China's, they're the next superpower, or they're already a superpower. They want to take over the world, but I don't think that's going to happen. There's the United States is not going to let that happen. Too much drama in Korean drama. Hey, Daniel, my good friend, my brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Me and him were just texting this morning. Early, man. Early for me, Daniel. But afternoon for you. Alan, how did Ginno our Lhasa Apso, male dog, needs a friend? You need the dog here, man. His native dog, but he got like a little American bully on him. That's why we called him Pogi, because he's like a muscular dog. Man. His name is Blue. Oh, I like that name, Blue. That reminds me of that movie, Old School, or like where Will Ferrell, Blue. They call him Blue. I'm a movie buff, that's the thing with me. It's like I love food. That's like one of my things. I'm a foodie, and I'm also a movie, and I love movies. I love miniseries, I love Netflix. Blue, he's there at Boracay at my wife's. Oh, nice, man. Many dogs here, man. I have seen some really, dogs that came from another country, especially in Bulabog Beach, and in Diniwid. I saw a golden retriever in Diniwid swimming. I filmed it. That lady took her golden retriever swimming in the ocean. And then Bulabog the other day when I was filming, man, I'm seeing like a pug. I saw a boxer. I mean, you just see, foreigners, they like to bring their dogs when they come here to the Philippines. And the esplanade at Bulabo Beach, it's a long esplanade, and it's more, it's not like White Beach, where White Beach is always crowded with tourists. Bulabo Beach is more like, you get tourists in there, of course, but it's mostly like long-term people that live here, like at the Levantin. When Dazzle and I, we've had 2 meals now at the Levantin, and it's mostly expats that eat at the Levantin. They even play the boche game right on the beach there. They have like boche tournaments there. I understand, but a little bit. All right, Asim Rasa. All right, we enjoy chicken hearts. We don't see them much there in Boracay, but we do get them here at HEB to grill here in Texas. All right, Alan. I like that. I'm a fan. It's like in Boracay, for you to find the chicken hearts, like the different, go to iDelicious. That's where I found it. iDelicious on the front beach. It's a restaurant right by Red Coconut. Red Coconut. I did a video on it. They grill chicken inasal is what they grill primarily, but they'll have liver, they'll have hearts, they'll have the other parts of the chicken. I think they have isaw too, but I'm not sure if they have chicken intestine. But that place is good. It's the same chicken inasal, the same Idas in Bacolod City. So same flavors and then everything. And they also do seafood. Dazzle had like a whole fish. A whole flat-looking fish, head and tail and everything. They grilled it, so you get fresh seafood also at iDelicious, right beside the Red Coconut Hotel. So if you like those different parts of the chicken that's grilled, they do it there at iDelicious. Sometimes on the beach in Boracay, on White Beach, you know those stands. But like you said, hearts. Yeah, that might be a little. I have seen liver, mostly liver, but hearts might be not under the barbecue stands. I know the barbecue stands here in Diniwid. I haven't seen chicken hearts. Any of the beaches have outdoor showers for swimmers? Unfortunately, that is the one thing missing here. Most beaches here, very rare do you see an outdoor shower or even an outdoor restroom. Very rare. I have not seen many. I know my friend Larry at LNL Resort. He owns a resort in Antique Province in Pandan. He has a resort and he built a restroom and an outdoor shower, but it's part of his resort. A lot of even the big hotels, even if you're like staying even at the Henan, they might have a faucet to wash your feet, because when you're coming from the beach, you're gonna get white sand on your legs and your feet. They have a washing station to wash your feet, but most of them don't have showers. And that's the other thing. On White Beach, there's not, like I said, public restroom. I have not seen one. 4 or 5 kilometers of White Beach, and I don't see public restrooms. Most people like me, when we go, we normally hang out by the Starbucks area because we know we can use the restroom at Starbucks. The Epic area, because I know most of the time you use like the restrooms that belongs to the restaurants. But some of them, might not let you use it. Usually what we do is like we'll order like a bottled water or one mango shake and then use the restroom, sit there and drink the mango shake because businesses don't want you using the restroom and not buying from them. Like the entire D Mall. D Mall is not like it's like a one story. Usually, the top of the stores at D Mall usually is their storage or where their people stay for the night. But it's really like an outlet store. D Mall is like an outlet store, and it's a good size restaurant, shops, D Mall right on the front beach. And even D Mall, they only have one restroom, and you have to pay. You have to pay. It's like 10 pesos, I think was the last time I looked. And there's a male and female, but you have to pay for the restroom. So that's the thing. They really need to build public restrooms on Front Beach, but it is what it is. It's not one of those things that you'll see here in the Philippines. When you go to the different beaches here, like we've gone to like beaches in Luzon, Pangasinan, La Union. We've gone to many beaches here. You just won't see public restrooms, Daniel. Unfortunately. And outdoor showers, even you won't see it. To me, that's just like you're in the ocean. When you get off the ocean, you want to wash off the salt water. You just won't see it. You won't see. Most of the time, if you're going inside a hotel after the beach, they'll have a faucet for you to wash your feet. That's about it. Veiled Messenger, are you going to spend the rest of your life in the Philippines? Yes. I do not see myself ever leaving the Philippines. As a matter of fact, I don't ever see myself leaving Aklan province. This is home for me the rest of my life. Even if I get sick, I went through, I was diagnosed with cancer Valentine's Day 2023. I didn't even go to back to the United States for my cancer treatments. I did all my cancer treatments in Iloilo City. Same thing, if I ever need if a time comes where I need like a major surgery, I'll get it done here in the Philippines. I have faith in the medical system here in the Philippines. I have no desire to go back to the United States. Nothing against the U.S., I'm always going to be grateful. I'm retired United States Air Force, 20 years active duty. Thankful for the life that I had in the U.S. I would not have this life that I have now if not for America. I'll always be a patriot. If America asks me to defend them again, I'll jump on a plane. I don't mind fighting China over territory for the American flag. I'll always be a patriot, grateful for the life that the United States gave me. But this is home. This is home for me the rest of my life. This is where I'm gonna die. This is the Philippines is home. Gypsy Minstrel Caravan. Hi Ginno, do I need Gcash or can I simply use Schwab account? I highly recommend that once you get here, you get Gcash. I no longer have credit cards. I gave them up like about a year ago. I had a U.S. Credit union. I had a credit card from them. Got rid of that. I had a PNB, Philippine National Bank credit card here. I got rid of that. I just don't trust the credit system anymore. I just think it's too easy for hackers, too easy for people to steal your card number and start using your credit card. So, and here in the Philippines, it's a pain here. If somebody charges you your account, it's hard to prove here that it wasn't you. It's not like in the US, they're more understanding. But the credit card companies here in the Philippines, they don't care. They want their money. They want their money here. But as far as Gcash, I would recommend you get Gcash. And Dazzle, she's actually helped a couple of our subscribers when they come here, like Frederick, like Ruben, when they were here. They're on tourist visa. The minute you get your ACR card, alien registration card, when people come here on a tourist visa, usually it's 30 days free. The first extension is 30 days. Usually the second extension, the 2-month extension, so about the 2 or 3 month mark on the tourist visa, you'll be offered that card, the alien registration card here in the Philippines, and that will allow you to open a Gcash account because that's an ID, that's an official government ID here in the Philippines. So Dazzle's been able to help a couple of our subscribers open a Gcash. And Gcash to me is like perfect because Gcash, you load Gcash. Like me, I can go to like here in Diniwid, I can go to the sari-sari stores here and I can say, I can bring them 2,000 pesos, 3,000 pesos. It's called cash in, cash out. I can either give them 2,000, 3,000 to load my Gcash, or I can withdraw money using Gcash. They're almost like an ATM. I can go up to them and say, hey, I want to cash out, and I send them, my Gcash money, and they give me cash. Of course, there's a slight fee. That's how they make their money, the cash in, cash out. Like if I load my Gcash like 5,000 pesos, they might charge me like 40 pesos. They have to make money. It's a business. It's a business transaction. But I like Gcash because you load the money that you need. Like me, with Gcash, we use it to pay our internet, our Kalibo cable. I don't have to go to the fall in line and pay the bill. I can pay it online using my Gcash. They're programmed on my Gcash already. Kalibo cable, I send them 1,399, so $25 a month, and my internet's good. I can pay my electric bill. When I get my electric bill, like the house, Leanna just sent me the statement. The statement here, they put it on your gate, like they tie it. It's a piece of paper and they tie it in plastic. So Leanna just sent me the bill, and I can pay it using Gcash. So the convenience of it, Gcash, you can use Gcash at the sari-sari store, like I said. You can shop at the mall. You can, any fast food place, you can pay with your Gcash. It's an electronic wallet is what the Gcash. Charles Schwab, I know people have been having issue. The ones that go back and forth to the U.S., maintain a U.S. address, and you just gotta I've heard, I don't know it personally, but I've heard on my Facebook groups, some Charles Schwab accounts get closed when they find out that you're not living in the United States anymore. They catch on that, hey, this guy's not in the US anymore. He's using his ATM. Because that's what a lot of people have Schwab account here in the Philippines is because of the ATM. Charles Schwab reimburses people for the ATM fees, which is substantial. Like here in the Philippines, when you use your American ATM, you're looking at least $6 per ATM withdrawal. And some withdrawals here, you can't, some banks don't allow more than 10,000 pesos or 20,000 pesos per ATM transaction. That's why a lot of people use Charles Schwab. But I have heard that, if they catch on that you're not in the US and you're using that ATM here so much, they might close your account. So something to consider. But I also know a friend of mine in Texas, he uses Charles Schwab because he invests. He's got stocks with Charles Schwab, and he's never had a problem of them closing his account. But he's got like stocks and stuff like that, so they know. He's got a big investment with them. They're not going to close your account if you got a lot of money in it. But if you're just using Charles Schwab for ATM purposes, banks are smart. Banks are smart. Charles Schwab, they're a money making business. They're gonna if they're not making money off you, more likely there's a chance that hey, this guy's just taking advantage of our ATM reimbursement program. I speak English. All right. I don't get that. Sorry, man. Gypsy, it's best to have 2-3 sources. Thank you, Daniel. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's always been my advice to people like that come here to the Philippines. Before you get here, open all those accounts in the US. Don't wait until you get here and try to open like a Remitly account or Zoom account or Wise account. Now, it could be done, but it's a lot easier if you're in the US when you open those accounts. Because more likely you still have a US address, more likely you still have a US cell phone number to connect to the account. So the more ways you can get your money here in the Philippines, don't lock yourself into like one bank in the US, because if that US bank decides to close your account, how are you going to get your money? I always tell people why not open 2 accounts, a regular bank and then a credit union in the US. Have 2 accounts that, at least you got 50-50. It's like one account gets closed, you have another account still. Or like I said, open yourself the money transfer accounts in the US. And there's many of them I know now where all you do is you send yourself money here. Even Western Union, you open an account in the US. That way, MoneyGram's another one. But I know a lot of people use Zoom, Remitly, where you can send yourself money. You can just go online, send yourself $1,000, and you'll receive it here in pesos. I have not seen any money transfer here that will send your money in dollars, but they always exchange it to pesos. But many pickup places here in the Philippines, like Palawan is one, Cebuana, Luwalur, in the mall. There's places in the mall where you send yourself money online and you get the cash at the mall. Better to do it that way, like getting money that way than getting all your money from an ATM. And then if you do use an ATM, make sure you do it during the daytime inside the mall where there's people. There was an incident months ago where this foreigner withdraw money on the outside of a bank, dark at nighttime, like 40 or 50,000 pesos, and he got robbed. That's just common sense to me. You're withdrawing a large amount of money from an ATM. Do it in public. Don't do it at nighttime where it's dark and no people around. You're asking to get mugged out. That could happen in the US. It's like sometimes, that you always have to be careful with safety. You have to protect yourself. Here. Balikbayan guy. Good morning. Magandang umaga, kaibigan. Kumusta? Mabuti ako, mabuti ako. Just starting out my day here, morning coffee. Looks like it's gonna be sunny again. Not hot at all. It's gonna be a nice day. Oh, McDowell's. That's right. That's right. I couldn't remember, but I knew they. Remember they stole the M sign. They were copying McDonald's. McDowell's. The Golden Arches, not the Golden Arcs. Yeah, that's funny. One of my favorite movie. That movie. So I can watch that movie again today, and I'll still be laughing. Good morning, hey James! James and Karen Adventures. Check out James and Karen's Adventures YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to them yet, great couple, good people. Hey, we're headed to the Canadian Beaver on Saturday. We're gonna leave here from Boracay. Just spend the night. We're just gonna spend the night in. We already have reservations in Rojas City, the same hotel that we stayed before. Beach Bar Hotel. It's only less than a kilometer walk to the Canadian Beaver, so we'll be there more likely by happy hour. by happy hour, we'll be. Not that I'm gonna be drinking a lot. I don't drink much, but partake on the food, and then maybe one beer. Maybe I'll have one beer. Just to celebrate the occasion. But looking forward to seeing you, James and Karen, again. Again, if you haven't checked out their channel, they have a really cool channel, James and Karen Adventures. HD, all right, James. We are off to Iloilo again today. Oh, be careful. Safe travels. I noticed that you guys are headed to. I've been watching your live streams, when I can catch it. It's like, I know, I heard Karen mention that you guys are off to Iloilo again. Stay safe. Be careful. Should be no rain today. So, the weather should be okay for you guys headed to. Just be safe. Be safe, our friends. Good to see you, Baligay. Hi, James and Karen. All right. Safe travels, of course. Good deal. We're gonna go to the Iloilo too, with some friends in July. I think the 7th to the 10th of July, we're gonna be in Iloilo City with our friends from Las Vegas. They wanted us to take them to Iloilo City. I was deep in the Balkans when we came across a homemade mom and pop McD's. Very funny, said I know. I mean, in our military career, that's just the thing, man. Like me, the one place I always remember in Korea, right outside Osan Air Base, Korea, in Songtan City. It's like when you come out the gate of Osan Air Base, Songtan City is kind of like where the shops, restaurants, you name it. And this was back in the 80s. I'm sure it's grown even now. I'm sure it's changed a lot from the 80s. But right outside the gate, Daniel, there was a car. It's like a push cart. It's a push cart. And it was named Mrs. Lee's McDonald's. And this lady, Ajima, an older lady at the time, she would make hamburgers. And her hamburgers even had like a sunny side up egg or over easy egg. However you want your egg cooked, she puts it on top of the burger. Delicious, man. I dream of that burger. One of my favorite burgers. Maybe during that time when I was having the burger, I might have partaked in some alcohol, so that's why it's so good. But usually, it's usually like midnight, around midnight, 1 a.m. You're hungry after hitting all the bars at Songtan City, and we would hit that Mrs. Lee's McDonald's. Everybody in Korea, Osan Air Base, knew about Mrs. Lee's McDonald's. And she had a sign. It says Mrs. Lee's McDonald's, and it had the arches on it. It's kind of funny, but you'd see that. You see that in Southeast Asia because they're not big here on like copyright laws and things like that. Tim C, if you two sit up front in the van, right, to Numancia, you can video some of the ride home so everyone can see how crazy. The thing is, we got Chloe with us. We maybe on the way back, maybe when after on the way back to Boracay, because we have Chloe with us. So normally, what Dazzle and I do, Tim, like behind the driver, that seat where three people on the van sit, we buy that three seats because we put Chloe in the middle, Dazzle and I sit between Chloe. So we occupy three seats and we pay because we don't want Chloe sitting by the luggage, where they keep in the back. We buy a seat for Chloe. So we normally occupy the three behind the driver. But on the way to Boracay, because we have to come back here, we'll try to get those two seats in the front and I'll film it so you guys can see how crazy the driving is here. They make me nervous, man. It's like they take too many chances, especially on the mountainous areas, by Ibahay, by Nabas, those tight curves, and they're passing on blind corners. Man, they make me nervous when I ride public transportation. LL, no soda for $22. I mean, that didn't even come with soda, man. Come on, Daniel, man. That's expensive just for burger and fries. No soda, $22. Man, that is crazy. That's crazy, man. And here, man, the Korean food, man, it's all fresh. All that banchan is all like the kangkong pancake, the kimchi pancake. I mean, you can tell they just freshly make it. It's like, comes with like, they didn't have, that's the only thing. That could have taken them over the top, I think, if they had lettuce. They didn't have lettuce. I guess they must have been out of lettuce, so they used the cabbage. But, it was still good. It was still good. But if anything, I would say that was the one thing that would have made that meal a 10. Right now, it's a 9. If they had like the lettuce with all that stuff, the banchan and the bacon meat, man, that would have been a 10 for me. But I'll be back. I'm a repeat customer for sure. I'll be back eating there again. Safe trip. Yep, safe trip. And James and Karen, please be careful. Safe trip to Iloilo City. Are you guys planning on live streaming the trip? Oh yeah, that's right. They have the mini, the Starlink mini, man. I know HD. I know James will stream that if he can. I know if he's pretty technical. He likes. I'm looking forward to all the areas where James and Karen's gonna venture in Panay Island. Because now they with the mini they can go everywhere and start filming. Looking forward to watching those videos. French vanilla coffee morning to you, Brother Ginno. Northern, hey, Michael Manalastas. All right. I haven't had my normal. I've been drinking this 3-in-1 because this, I'm here in the Airbnb. It's a Copico Blanca. It says here it's so creamy. This is what I've been drinking. I think I've only had the whole time I've been here. I've only had like maybe three French vanilla brewed coffee. They have it. I mean, I have to walk up the hill almost a kilometer to get it. But and the 7-Eleven at City Mall Boracay, they're open 24/7. They never close, so I could get it, but it's a good walk uphill, man. It's like uphill, almost a kilometer from Diniwid, from the beach area here to like City Mall Boracay. I have gone up and down it many times now. I'm getting plenty of exercise. Not a problem here getting exercise in Boracay. And my friend Edgar, me and him, I replied to his comment. I was telling him, yeah, he's thinking now, a lot of people, because of my Boracay videos, a lot of people are considering Boracay now. Because people always view Boracay as kind of like a tourist destination. But long term, if you want to live here, for me, it's like, this is my happy place. I know eventually Dazzle and I will live here in Boracay just because for me, I can avoid the tourists. As long as I'm not in a white beach Boracay, everything else here feels like a Filipino community. Everything is all there and on white beach. But we like going to White Beach because that's where all the international food are. That's where even KFC, the whole Aklan province, we don't have Kentucky Fried Chicken. So if I have a craving for a Kentucky Fried Chicken, they have it on White Beach. They're gonna open Kenny Rogers Roasters, those rotisserie chicken. They have cornbread. They got cornbread there. They got mac and cheese. I mean, for me, I don't get to eat that kind of food here. So when they have places like that, man, it's like, that's why I like that they have that, in the tourist area of Boracay. But you can live in many places here in Boracay where the locals live, or many foreigners live here, and they don't live on White Beach. They live on Yapak, Barangay Yapak. They live in Barangay Manok Manok, in Tambisaan, Iligan Beach. You don't have to live by the touristy area here in Boracay. Even my friend Ray now, he lives at Boracay Nucos. That's not touristy in Boracay Nucos. Most of the people there are like long-term residents of Boracay. And then yesterday I was even filming because yesterday was the first day of school. I didn't realize they have three national high schools here in Boracay. They have a Boracay National High School. They have another school, Tirol National High School, and I think one in Manok Manok. And then yesterday I was filming in Balabag Elementary School, and I know Yapak's got an elementary school. So if you got kids, you can raise your kids here in Boracay. And many foreigners do, and they don't attend like an international school. I know, many people, when foreigners come, you gotta attend, take, why would you send your kid to public school? Me, I never had a problem like with Leanna sending her to public school because I know I'm gonna tutor her anyway. Her public school, that's just part of her education. My job is to like make sure she learns more than what the public school is teaching her. I take care of her math, science, English. I tutor her in English. I know what to teach Leanna to get her into like a college level here in the Philippines. I'm not gonna rely on just the education system to educate Leanna. It's like I know that I gotta push her. I gotta like, and she's like a sponge anyway. She's like, whatever I show her, she's like, ooh, that's cool, kuya. She's always like, happy that I'm showing her things. Stick to the natives to get legit food. Resto. No. Chris and James, no live streaming the trip today, HD. Maybe afternoon in okay, all right, then. We will check it out, James and Karen, when you get to Iloilo. Be safe, our friends. Thumbs up. All right, thank you, James. Thank you, JB. Good morning, James and Karen. Hopefully, I'll get to catch it. Your live has been around 1 a.m. where I'm at when you guys are on. Don't let me stop you though. Yeah, exactly. I mean, just do your thing. And U.S. military has legit laser weapons, but rarely talks about it. Oh yeah, I haven't heard. I mean, I'm sure because of all the stuff, space force and all that. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not. I no longer have my secret clearance, or I don't previewed to a lot. I've retired in 2004, so I don't see the latest info now. But I'm sure what you see public, what the United States releases in public, is not even half of what the weapons that the U.S. has militarily. I know that. I think we should have a trivia night one day. I'm also a big movie buff. All right, man. Oh, I love movies, and I'm like, I spend a lot of time watching Netflix, watching movies, even Dazzle. She surprises me of the amount of knowledge that she has. We actually got invited to a trivia. They have a trivia group here in Boracay. Expats, Filipinos, they have a trivia group. I think Thursday in Bulabog Beach. We got invited, but my friend Gray, he's a doctor, so he's like, Ginno, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be because I'm still careful, it's like, I'm immunocompromised. So Gray was saying, that's a lot of expats in one area. And expats, they travel Asia. Because my friend Gray, he's like public health. He's a doctor of public health. So he understands, when expats travel to Vietnam, for Cambodia, he was telling me, man, they could be coming back with stuff that they're a carrier. They could be carrying a disease from that area and they're not feeling it. And for somebody like me that's immunocompromised, I can't take chances. And I agree, that's why I told Gray, yeah, maybe it's not a good idea for me to do that trivia night. But they have that, man. They have that here in Boracay. Foreigners and Filipinos having a trivia night every Thursday at one of the bar restaurants here in Boracay. Yesterday, my friend Michael, he's a expat here, a foreigner here. He invited me to poker. It was just that Dazzle and I were headed to Sunset to watch the sunset on the beach. He messaged me like at 3 p.m. He said, dude, if you and Gray are available, I got a poker going on at 4 p.m. And I said, oh man, I'm a poker player. I used to be anyway. I love poker. I haven't played in a while, but I know poker would come back. But if I had more like a heads up, I might have been able to swing it. But Dazzle's always my priority. It's like when she gets up at 10, we do what Dazzle wants, because I've learned that this YouTube thing could be tasking on Dazzle. It's like she doesn't like doing it all the time, but so I know, like, the minute she wakes up, I drop everything YouTube wise. I focus on Dazzle, like where we're gonna eat, where we're gonna walk on the beach. I try to separate our relationship with YouTube, because I don't want it to be all about YouTube, because I know that's why you don't see me filming like when our romantic dinners or our anniversaries. I try to not include that to YouTube, because Dazzle feels like when I do that, it's not special anymore. Like I'm doing everything for YouTube. So I understand that. I know how to separate our life together, and I know how to separate it from YouTube. HD, part of the art of war. Art of war. Yeah. Not sure if you're familiar with the book Art of War by Sun Tzu. Yeah, I've read it a long time ago, and I know there's like good quotes from the Art of War. I like the quotes from that, from that book. The Art of War is one of the few books I brought to the Philippines. Oh, cool, man. My friend Gray, he just had he sent me like a PDF file. He has his, I think, when he got his doctorate degree. So now I got like 175 pages to read. I mean, it's interesting, the like thesis or that he wrote. So I have to read that. That's my next reading material, is from my good friend Gray. I got a great name for those of us living in Panay. The Panay Posse. That's good. PP. The Panay Posse. I brought Carnage and Culture by Victor David Hansen as well. Oh, I've heard the name, Victor David Hansen. I think I see him on YouTube. I think he's got some things on YouTube, man. Marshmallow. I haven't read that. I'll add that to the list. Yeah, I know, right, HD? Me, I'm so busy now, like my friend Gray sent me that document, 175. It's going to take me a while because, between YouTube, between live streams, between answering people, communicating with people, I don't have a lot of time, reading time anymore. But I'll read it for sure. And got a great printing edition of The Art of... Just had not read it yet. Yeah, man, I got so many stuff that I want to read too, it's like, Tim C, when you take the series bus and it makes a pit stop somewhere, they'll usually ask for a 20 peso donation for the CR. Yeah, I have not taken a serious bus, man. I cannot, It's been at least over 10 years for me. The last time I rode a Ceres bus because, we bought the car in 2018, so that's 7 years. And before that, Dazzle and I usually take the van because Dazzle says she gets dizzy on the Ceres bus because I guess the Ceres bus is taller and it kind of like, that shaking thing, the movement it gets Dazzle dizzy. So more often we take the van, the L3 van instead of the Ceres bus because the Ceres bus are big. Some of them are tall. Dazzle says she gets dizzy on the Ceres bus. That's why we don't take it. I am reading The Story of Philosophy by Will Durant right now. Ooh, nice, HD. Oops, The Art of War. Apple Pay. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with Apple Pay. I'm not familiar with it. Tim C. It's worth it as long as they keep the CR clean. All right, I know, right? I mean, hey, my brother C, my good friend, but my brother C, I was just messaging him earlier too. Like I said, I stay busy. When I get up in the morning, I check my messages. I'm already texting people like at 4:20 a.m. Before even the live stream. And my brother C was one of them. Miss you, bro. I miss you too, brother. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you again. It's like looking forward to us hanging out again. Just you're my brother from another mother, my brother. Skylar. I love that name. I love that name, Skylar, man. See you guys later. Got to go. All right, James and Karen, Adventures. See you later, our friends. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to their channel, James and Karen Adventures, they have a great YouTube channel. They live in Balete, Aklan, not far from where we live, like 30 minutes away from where we live in Numancia. Are you coming to the USA in 3 years? Start up your SS, maybe a group meet in Vegas or Arizona. Actually, Tim, I do want to take Dazzle, even just on if I can, even here in the Philippines, you know how it is, Tim. Even a tourist visa for Dazzle, it's going to be an effort to do that. But I do want to do that for Dazzle. We'll apply for a tourist visa for her to visit the United States in 3 years once I get my Social Security. But as far as Social Security, I plan on going to the U.S. Embassy in Manila. That's where I'll apply for my Social Security. I'm like my friend Ray. He turns 62 in December. You can do it 3 months in advance. So he's gonna go there. So probably September, October, he's gonna go to Manila, apply for his Social Security at the U.S. Embassy. So he's gonna be my test. I'm gonna have to keep up with him, like ask him how the process went. I'll update viewers on how that process will be because he'll get to do it here soon. Ooh, there's Dazzle. Chloe woke her up again. I already took her downstairs, babe. She already peed like twice. But I know Poggy is there. I know the other dog is there, so she's probably wanting to see Poggy.
But she's like,
I know. She wants to see Poggy. So again, Chloe woke up Dazzle again. Yeah, but Tim, I plan on just doing it here in the Philippines. But I do plan on taking Dazzle to the U.S. just on a tour and. Let me see, Vegas, Arizona, those are the stops. Those are the stops. When I take Dazzle to the U.S., Vegas for sure. I have relatives there. My Kuya Bang is in Vegas. You're there, Tim. Another friend of mine, Smoothly's there. There's people in Vegas that I want to see. And then Arizona, of course, in Tucson, Arizona. I still have friends there, co-workers that I worked at St. Mary's Hospital. And then Houston, Texas. Those are the 3 places that I want to take Dazzle to. It would be, and maybe because we're going to be Vegas, Arizona area, we'll probably land in Los Angeles.